Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now let's get straight to it. It's a question for you guys. Do boxers have to retire or pass away even before they can be considered an all-time great? Uh, you know, Let me delve into why. Because I was seeing something. I saw an interview, and I'm gonna leave the names out. It doesn't matter who. But it was a coach of one of the boxers, and they were saying that Alexander Usyk is not an all-time great. So I kind of left it at the thumbnail because it doesn't matter. It's a general question. Because I would think someone into boxing saying that Alexander Usyk is not an all-time great, I should have looked and see why someone would say that. But my point immediately was, if Usyk isn't, then we don't have any right now, except for Terrence Crawford, the only other one. There's no other ones because Usyk and Crawford has basically beat everybody in or around their division. Usyk has done so going away from home. Right? And I say it every time we talk about Usyk. It's phenomenal. I don't even know if what he's done in the heavyweight division is better than what he did in the cruiserweight division to become undisputed. Because in the cruiserweight division, he went to everybody's backyard, and these are some undefeated bad dudes. Now, Marco Huck is a cruiserweight legend. He beat him in Berlin. Maurice Briedis was undefeated. Awesome guy. He went to Latvia to beat him. Morit Gossip is a very hard punching guy, trained by Abel Sanchez at the time. Very hard punching guy, also undefeated. And he goes to Russia to beat him in the WBSS tournament. And then he beat, before that tournament, Michael Hunter, which everybody ain't doing. If you do your research, Hunter has also moved up to heavyweight division and did some good things in the heavyweight division. Beat Kuzmin, actually beat Povetkin, got a draw. He beat a few people. Michael Hunter done some good job, and he's one of the guys who people don't want to fight. It's really unfortunate with his career. But anyway, he's not easy to beat. He beat him on his home soil. And so after that tournament, then he went to go beat Tony Bellew, who was hot after beating David Haye twice. Now, he became undisputed. And anybody who was saying anything around that division, he beat him. Because Tony Bellew was hot after he had won undisputed in the division, and people was talking to him about Tony Bellew because he was hot by beating David Haye. So he goes over to Tony Bellew's backyard and beats him. And then he moves up to heavyweight. His introduction was with Witherspoon. He beat him. Then he beat Derek Chisora in a fight, which he let be a little close. Then he went and beat Anthony Joshua twice, and people were talking about Anthony Joshua being the best British heavyweight of all time. He was pushing on Lennox Lewis at the time. I thought it was blasphemous. But this is how they was talking about Anthony Joshua. Beat him twice. Tyson Fury. Some were saying he was better than Muhammad Ali, and he's a big old 6'9", 270-pound mountain. He beat him twice. Right? And all this time never fighting at his home in Ukraine. And this is before the war, a lot of these fights. So if that's not all-time great, being undisputed in two weight divisions, then who is? Because, and here's another thing about Usyk. Ukraine has a racism problem. They have a few Nazis over there. Let's keep it, but it is what it is. And if you don't believe me, just go back and Google when the war started, what happened to the black people there that were studying when they were trying to get on trains to get out of there. And Google what happened to them. And then you can see for yourself. And then you kind of just Google the Nazi scene in Ukraine. Ukraine has a little issues there. But Usyk, you could tell he's not bothered by that. He's a God-fearing man. He's just not, if you ask him who's the best fighter, is he going to tell you Terrence Crawford? Favorite fighter, Muhammad Ali, whatever. You know what I mean? He's not he doesn't follow what everybody else is doing or whatever. You can tell he's his own man. And he doesn't give a damn about the circus in boxing. He goes, he's diligent, does his stuff. This is an all-time great, and he's right now. Let's not wait. He might retire. He might lose to Daniel Dubois. Whatever. He's an all-time great now. Give people flowers while they're fighting. So is Terrence Crawford, but this is not a Terrence Crawford video. This is the reason I'm saying this is because it's a lot of times in boxing and in sport, right? But in boxing, Floyd Mayweather's all-time great, but he made you. He just made you say it. I'm printing TBE hats. I'm gonna say it. Make sure y'all know it. He forced it down your damn throat because you probably would have been looking for reasons why he wasn't, and he was. So Floyd made sure that people, y'all gonna say I'm the best ever or close to it, and Usyk is too. Usyk is. There's nothing else the man could have done. Nothing else. He don't have to do nothing else. He's the all-time great right now. The only question is how great of an all-time great. Is he the GOAT or one of them or whatever? Cruiserweight GOAT. Only one that comes to question with him in cruiserweight is Evander Holyfield. And that's close. And he loves Holyfield. So I'm just saying, yes, he is. And in sport in general, we see stuff that's happening right now. And we tend to say, nah, but he ain't as good as so-and-so back in the day, because we, nostalgic about some of the people that played in the past. And we are, in every generation. Your generation, it was a dude that was awesome, and nowadays they can't do what they used to do. It is what it is. I can go to the NFL right now. The NFL, the quarterback, Lamar Jackson. You see all those debate shows about why he ain't this and why he's not that. Now, I've been watching too long to tell me what I'm seeing. This dude is ridiculous. 1,000 yards running. You got a quarterback now to where the defenses would rather the running back to run the ball. Back in the day when Ingram was back there, let Ingram run, or now even a Derrick Henry, let him run. Please don't you run, Lamar Jackson. Please pass the ball to somebody else, Lamar Jackson. We're watching that right now. We're acting like that's normal. Some of the best runs you've seen from the quarterback position ever. And he's been playing 6 years. Then top that off and was now have the fourth best quarterback rating ever. Threw 40 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And talk to anybody in the know, and they'll tell you all 4 of those interceptions, neither was his fault. Only one comes into question. It depends on how you feel. So a receiver's supposed to run his route and finish his route. He's throwing the ball in front of the receiver's just stopped on the route. Whose fault is that? That's the only one that comes in question. All the other ones don't. A whole year. So you have 40 touchdowns and basically no interceptions is what happened. And remember, y'all would rather me throw because if I run, it's over. It's highlights. You might be, it's almost like getting dunked on. You're going to get juked on national TV. All of those things we're seeing right now. Not all-time great. 2-time MVP, and I don't care what nobody says, 3-time MVP in my review. No way Josh Allen was supposed to be getting that in front of him last year. I just still not. But we won't call him all-time great. We're going to say, because he ain't won a Super Bowl. Man, there's 45 people on the damn team. You might not win a Super Bowl. Dan Marino's all-time great. So if Dan Marino is, then so is this guy already. I ain't got to wait no more. I know what I've seen. I've been watching for years. I'm watching all these other quarterbacks I'm comparing them to, including Tom Brady. There he won all them damn Super Bowls. Tom Brady's going to be all-time great because he got the numbers to back him up. But who you watching? Who you going to say, I got to hurry up and get home because I'm going to watch him? You know what I'm saying? That's what this guy is. So I'm just saying, it's just we do that with athletes that are handling their business right now in front of your face. And Alexander Usyk, what he's been able to achieve right in front of your face, not worrying about no negotiation problems, you got to fight at my house. He's surrounded by all those people that were doing that. And it went to everybody's backyard to become 2 division undisputed and smaller than those guys he's beaten in the heavyweight division. Most of those guys who we were going to call very, very great with Tyson Fury and AJ, we definitely know that's what they were saying about these guys, right? And he goes and beats them twice to make sure there's nothing to discuss. I would consider that an all-time great. What's your opinion? Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm about to hear y'all.